darkness. It clung to him like a shroud. Spalding. The name echoed in the halls of the mansion, a whisper of something unsettling. He moved like a specter, eyes reflecting an ancient, unyielding sorrow. Spalding was an enigma, a puzzle box of secrets locked away. His pale face, framed by lank, greasy hair, was a canvas of unspoken horrors. His lips, perpetually sealed, held a lifetime of whispers of things best left unsaid. His domain was the shadows, the dusty corners of the attic, the musty basement. There, amidst forgotten relics and cobwebbed memories, he sought solace. His presence was a constant reminder that within those walls, beneath the veneer of normalcy, something wicked this way came. He glided through the halls, a phantom in worn livery, a shadow always watching, always listening. The mansion was his domain, its secrets his to keep. His eyes, windows to a tormented soul, missed nothing. They absorbed the darkness, the whispers of unspeakable acts. Spalding was a vault of secrets, a silent witness to generations of sin. He had seen it all, the betrayals, the violence, the madness that seeped into the very foundation of the house. He sought solace in his dolls, those porcelain faces reflecting a twisted mockery of innocence. They were his confidants, his silent companions in a world that had abandoned him. In those whispered confessions, in the flickering gaslight of the attic, Spalding's true nature was revealed. Dolls. They were more than just playthings to Spalding. They were his world, his escape, his only companions in a world that had grown cold. He saw beauty in their lifeless eyes, a purity that eluded the living. Their silence was his comfort, their stillness a balm to his tortured soul. His relationship with the dolls was unsettling, a glimpse into the fractured psyche beneath his placid exterior. He treated them with a tenderness that bordered on reverence, dressing them in delicate lace, brushing their synthetic hair with care. In their presence he found solace, a twisted reflection of the love he craved. The dolls were his confidants, the silent witnesses to his private rituals. He created elaborate narratives for them, weaving tales of love, loss, and longing that mirrored his own shattered heart. Love. It was a cruel mistress, twisting his heart, warping his desires. His devotion to the young mistress of the house bordered on the pathological. He worshipped her from afar, a moth drawn to a flame that threatened to consume him. His love was a double-edged sword, both his salvation and his undoing. He would do anything for her, even betray his own twisted sense of morality. He became her protector, her confidant, her accomplice in the darkness that enveloped the house. He cleaned up her messes, literally and figuratively, his silence bought with a whispered word, a fleeting touch. But his love was a dangerous thing, an all-consuming fire that threatened to burn out of control. He saw her as an object to be possessed, protected from the harsh realities of the world. Silence. It was his constant companion, a heavy cloak draped over his shoulders. The absence of his tongue, a self-inflicted punishment for a transgression long past, became his defining characteristic. It was a physical manifestation of his inability to speak the truth, to protect the one he loved most. His silence was a burden, a constant reminder of his past sins. He communicated through gestures, through the haunted look in his eyes. His silence spoke volumes, conveying a depth of sorrow, a lifetime of regrets. He became a specter, haunting the halls, a silent witness to the horrors that unfolded around him. His inability to speak made him an enigma, a figure of mystery and fear. The other residents of the house regarded him with suspicion, their whispers following him like shadows. They sensed the darkness that lurked beneath his placid exterior, the secrets that lay hidden behind his sealed lips. But his silence also gave him power. The attic, a sanctuary of dust and shadows, filled with the remnants of forgotten lives. It was here, amongst the moth-eaten furniture and cobwebbed toys, that Spalding's true nature was revealed. The dolls, once symbols of innocence, became instruments of his twisted desires, their porcelain faces reflecting the darkness that consumed him. He would dress them in the clothes of the dead, recreating scenes of violence and despair. The dolls became his puppets, acting out his darkest fantasies. Their lifeless eyes stared out blankly, reflecting the horror of his actions. The attic became a macabre stage, a playground for his twisted imagination. He would talk to the dolls as if they were alive, whispering secrets into their unhearing ears. The attic, once a place of childhood dreams, became a chamber of horrors, a testament to the darkness that lay at the heart of the house. A haunting melody echoed through the halls, a chilling lullaby sung in a raspy whisper. It spoke of blood and bone, of secrets buried deep within the earth. It was a nursery rhyme twisted into something sinister, a harbinger of the darkness that clung to the house and its inhabitants. Spalding's voice, though silenced by his own hand, found expression through this macabre song. The lyrics, nonsensical yet strangely evocative, hinted at a past shrouded in darkness, a secret too terrible to speak aloud. The melody wove its way through the house, seeping into the very foundation, a constant reminder of the horrors that had transpired within its walls. The twisted nursery rhyme became synonymous with Spalding, a sonic representation of his fractured psyche. Spalding, the silent butler, the keeper of secrets. His presence lingered long after his demise, a chilling reminder of the darkness that permeated the house. He became a legend, a ghost story whispered in hushed tones. His legacy was one of tragedy, of a life defined by obsession and regret. He was a cautionary tale, a testament to the destructive power of unchecked love. His story served as a warning to those who dared to enter the house, a reminder that some wounds never truly heal. He was a symbol of the house's troubled past, a ghostly presence that refused to be forgotten. Even in death, his silence spoke volumes. It whispered of the secrets he took to the grave, of the horrors he witnessed. Spalding's impact on the horror genre is undeniable. He embodied the archetype of the creepy caretaker, the silent observer who knows more than he lets on. His presence added a layer of unease to every scene, his silence speaking volumes. He became a staple of the haunted house narrative, a chilling reminder that the greatest horrors often lurk in plain sight. His character resonated with audiences because he tapped into our primal fears of the unknown, of the things that go bump in the night. He was a reminder that evil can wear many faces, that sometimes the most unassuming individuals harbor the darkest secrets. Spalding's influence can be seen in countless horror films and television shows that followed. Spalding, though a fictional character, forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about ourselves. He reminds us that even in the darkest corners of our souls, there is always a flicker of humanity. His story is a testament to the enduring power of love, even when twisted and corrupted by obsession. He challenges us to look beyond the surface, to see the brokenness that lies beneath the mask. He forces us to confront our own capacity for darkness, our own potential for both good and evil. In his silence, he speaks volumes about the human condition, about the fragility of our sanity, the lengths we will go to for love, and the consequences of our actions. Spalding's story is a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable horror, there is always hope for redemption.